Yeah, 2005. And if I remember correctly, it didn't even really begin as a video platform. I think it was something else entirely.
Shit, I was like 11 at the time.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Wow. Holy shit.
And then Facebook came out when? Around the same time, wasn't
Yeah, I want to say it was like it didn't get big, I think, until like '08 or '09, but I want to say it's like '06 or '07, I think.
I remember that my parents wouldn't let me have an account. So I remember going to my cousin's house and they made me an account. And I
Were you
remember
ever
it.
part of
What?
Oh, I was just gonna say, were you ever part of MySpace?
Yeah, briefly. Yeah. Unfortunately, it was after Facebook had like become a thing. I joined it just to
Yeah.
kind of see what it was like. To my knowledge, they're still around though,
Yeah, they're still around.
but like no one talks about them anymore.
Yeah, Facebook kind of just
I can't remember the last time anybody actually brought up MySpace. That wasn't being like ironic about it.
No, it's weird because there used to be like, like for instance, it's weird. You go to look like I was looking at my salt container the other day and there was like a follow us on Facebook thing on it.
On your
And
salt
I was like,
container?
yeah, yeah, on the salt, I forget the name of the brand with the girls in the yellow jacket spilling the salt.
Oh, yeah.
If you have one of those, go there's a follow us on Facebook thing on it. There is.
We don't buy expensive salt in this house. We buy the salt
But
that's already in the plastic salt shakers. So,
the thing is I remember when MySpace used to be kind of advertised with stuff when I was more of a kid.
yeah, that's true.
And then all of a sudden it just disappeared. It's weird because it was a part of the picture before Facebook was, and each page had its own music and individuality. So I really don't know why
Have you
Facebook
looked
took
on
over.
their website recently?
Mm,
I'm looking
once in
at
a
it
blue moon.
now. I'm looking at it now. They have a sign in with Facebook option,
Yeah, I
which
think they did some kind of partner thing with Facebook a long time ago.
I'm not surprised. I don't know how else they would have been able to compete otherwise.
I just don't really know why Facebook took over. MySpace was already so large and established.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was because it was new. I think it was the fact that it
Yeah,
was a
maybe.
new social media
Yeah,
platform, and during that time, there
that was
was
huge.
huge, and there wasn't many options to switch to. I mean, if you wanted to be online, it was either instant message or like,
AOL Messenger,
yeah. So
fucking
there
MySpace.
really
Yeah,
wasn't a whole lot of variety to choose from. And now it seems like there's too much. There's too much to choose
yeah.
from. I mean,
So many people wanted to be the next Facebook.
yeah, they're
Instagram,
smaller.
basically.
Well, didn't Instagram used to be like its own company and then Facebook acquired
Yeah,
them?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's own the foot or Meta now. It's called like
Yeah.
Meta.
Yeah. Well, that's their parent company that owns Facebook and all that. Yeah.
But Instagram was basically just almost like another Facebook. It was kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Instagram was just you could upload pictures and like other people's pictures. It was just picture based.
It's a photo, yeah, thing mostly.
Yeah. And now it's all mixed in with Facebook, and then there's Threads, which is like the spin-off of Twitter or whatever the heck it's called now. What the hell is it called? X. Yeah.
Yeah, X. Yeah, fucking so stupid.
I
X.
don't
Yeah,
get that name at all. I don't know how that's.
it's Elon Musk is just obsessed with like X's or something for some
Well, I
reason.
mean, given how most of his child's names have X somewhere in it, yeah, I can see that.
He's got like 14 fucking kids.
Yeah, and they all have impossible to pronounce names.
Dude's fucking weird, man.
I just think the social media has kind of overwhelmed the population. And I guess that Roblox isn't the only company that's been under investigation for child endangerment. So is Facebook. I didn't know that.
Oh, I could believe it. I could. I mean,
Oh, yeah, no, I can see it. But as far as like news about it goes, I didn't hear about it anywhere until I was doing research for the episode we just did.
maybe Facebook pays to cover up that news.
Oh, I'm sure they pay to do a lot of stuff that they shouldn't do. You know, it's surprising that larger companies like Facebook haven't just decided to buy like Roblox or even buy TikTok. I mean, they have the ability to buy companies. You would think that with the Trump administration wanting to ban TikTok or sell it off to some other company within the US, you would think that Facebook would jump at that opportunity.
Yeah,
It's just weird that they haven't made a move, at least not to my knowledge. I think that it was acquired by a company in the US though.
maybe they went to him with deals and they turned him down.
It's possible, yeah.
I remember when Google a long time ago tried to sell itself or something to Yahoo. Yahoo was huge at the time, bigger than Google, and they fucking turned them down. And now Google's worth is just fucking Yahoo's worth is like a grain of rice compared to Google's. It's crazy.
I also know that Yahoo had the chance to buy Netflix, I think, at some point too.
Shit. They've made a few bad calls then.
Yeah.
But I don't think Yahoo's ever going anywhere. It's like the biggest email thing.
Yeah, Yahoo had a chance to buy Netflix in 2013 for $4 billion, but the company chose to acquire Tumblr for $1.1 billion instead.
Tumblr. Oh fuck, I forgot about Tumblr.
And then the CEO said later that acquiring Netflix or Hulu would have been a much better idea. Yeah, no shit.
Tumblr. Wow, I forgot about Tumblr.
Yeah, I don't think they're really doing much these days. I could be wrong.
Wow,
I don't really know.
I completely forgot about them.
Yeah, it just looks like it's a website for for fan art. I think
Random
that's
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I think people used to post like comics and memes and shit a lot on it and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Tumblr.
Did you hear that?
Tumblr used
What?
Tumblr used to be bigger.
Yeah, well, they used to be bigger. I think because they used to allow people to upload not safe for work content.
Ah.
And then recently, over the last 5 years, I think they like told people they can't do that anymore. And since then, it's dropped off significantly. I know that Twitter, I don't care what it's called, I'm calling it Twitter. They recently have been having a massive issue with that kind of stuff. Mainly because Musk cut like the entire company down to like a handful of people, it seems. So between the lack of employees to actually moderate the website and the content being uploaded, I'm not surprised. It just seems like social media as a whole these days have just been getting worse.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Apple Music, or not Apple Music, Apple TV is increasing their subscription rate?
Of course they are.
And what's funny is they don't have the amount of content to justify what they're charging now.
Of course, yeah.
They're going up to $12.99 a month.
Jeez.
There's a reason that I sail the seven seas, or sail the high seas.
Sail the high seas.
I just can't justify paying these outrageous
No,
amounts of money. I can't do it.
I know. They've just kept increasing over the years, too.
Back when like Netflix actually had content to watch and didn't keep yanking shit off, then it was fine. But now, just to watch the shows we have now, we were renting Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. We get Peacock for free through our internet. Yeah, so it was all of those just to watch like a handful of shows. And even then, they kept like only uploading some of the seasons or some of the episodes in some of the seasons, so it was never like complete. So it was a bit of a pain. And like I told you before, we were paying about $50 a month for everything.
Well, the thing is like, at least at first, too, Netflix didn't have a lot of competition. And then all of a sudden, all these other streaming services made their own and they pulled all their shit off of that they had on Netflix.
Well, did you hear that Hulu's going away?
Going away.
Yeah, so Disney bought Hulu a while ago.
Oh, they've owned it. They've owned it
Yeah.
for a long time now.
Yeah.
They've been doubled.
Well, and that's kind of what it came down to, I think, is it didn't make sense for them to keep running two separate competing streaming services. So they've already made the migration of Hulu's content to the Disney Plus service years ago, I think. And now they're finally shutting the actual service down, which makes sense. So that would be nice, but that most likely comes with a raise in subscription costs to everybody, because now they can't advertise two separate services for like $6 a month like they were doing.
Oh, yeah.
So now the base plan that has ads, which if your base plan that has ads is more than like $10 a month, just don't have ads. I mean, you're already paying more than you should be for watching content online, and you're paying to watch ads.
Well, dude, it's insane. Like,
You might as well just get.
I don't know what. Like, I don't know. It's just becoming cable again.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. Is just pay for a cable subscription at that point. What's the difference?
It's literally going full circle and just becoming cable again.
Yeah.
It's become expensive and going to be filled with ads.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous that anybody would pay this amount of money. The only the only caveat that I will give streaming is services like YouTube TV, where you get live television. But even that, I think, is overpriced. It's like almost $90 a month for just like the base plan of YouTube TV. And they don't have all of the channels either.
Even when I had access to cable from like in my early 20s, I just didn't watch it. There's never anything I wanted to watch. And it's just the TV, it's full of fucking ads.
Well, that's kind of the bigger issue now, I think, is we're seeing the end of regular syndicated television shows. I mean, like we were talking about before, when's the last time you saw like a sitcom on television? Or in general? I just don't think that there's really much in the way of incentives for these companies to lower costs anymore, because they know that their other option is their customers switch to cable.
I dropped out. Oh, it's so fucking annoying when it does that.
Yeah, I know this because this time it gave me a little exclamation mark on your thing. Just new.
Yeah, I don't know. It fucking drops me out sometimes.
So,
No, it's annoying. Like cable TV, it's like what fucking 8 different insurance companies ads all the time, just played fucking over.
Yeah. When's the last time you saw like a sitcom or something on television or in general? I think we're seeing the end of like regular syndicated TV, and these streaming services know that your only option is to either go back to cable or suffer through their ridiculously expensive service plans, and you're subject to any increase in costs. You're subject to them literally taking content away whenever they want.
And that's part of it's also, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's the people's problem. They got all, oh, DVDs are inconvenient, you know. People got fucking, you know, people came along and said, "Hey, look, this is easier," and people fucking ate it up. I didn't buy into that shit.
We're seeing a rise now in people going back to using physical media.
I knew this shit was coming. I didn't like it. People gave me shit for buying DVDs still, and I said, "Fuck, I want to own the fucking movie. I like this movie. I'm not gonna fucking rely on streaming services and internet connections to watch it."
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. The use case for me is, I mean, I have all of my media on a couple hard drives, and my media server is technically online, but I have a second one that I can use that doesn't require any internet. So as long as my devices are connected to each other, I can continue to watch it without internet. But I think the bigger issue for some people who might want to have like a collection of DVDs is they just take up space. So
they do, yeah.
Much harder to have a collection of hundreds of DVDs because that's a lot of space.
It's this shit though, like people acted like I was fucking crazy. And I'm like, listen, they're doing this whole fucking access to everything, ownership of nothing bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, but people, you know, these companies are like fucking, for instance, video games. They're like, people are bad about paying attention. Xbox and PlayStation, whatever you want to say, whoever, whatever, they sit there and say, oh, these digital games, they're cheaper. So you've got people being like, oh yeah, yeah, the case doesn't take up space on my shelf anymore, and it's cheaper. And I'm like, no, listen, look, it's not fucking cheaper. They said it's cheaper. They weren't lying because it's cheaper for them. It's like the game isn't cheaper because you're buying it fucking digitally. It's not cheaper. It's the same price. I was like, I literally bought this physical copy at Walmart for like $20. The fucking digital one's still like 70.
And there's a
It's not
caveat
cheap.
too. If you buy digital games, they can take your license away at any time to play that game.
Oh yeah.
They can't take away a physical disc you own. We had that issue with a game we bought through PlayStation. We bought a digital copy, and then we found out a few weeks later that they just revoked the license. We didn't get any kind of information, no emails, no warnings. I went into the settings to try to like restore the license or whatever. It just revoked the game. And we paid like $50-$60 for it. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Why is that okay?
Or Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I like that show. But when the whole sort of Black Lives Matter woke shit was going on, they removed a few episodes because of, it's insensitive or something. And they're just gone. You got to watch them online or own the DVDs to watch them.
Yeah, that might be more whoever does the production or whatever, the overall company that greenlit the show. Yeah, that happened with a couple of other shows too.
Yeah, because somebody's feelings are hurt.
Or they're too afraid of being canceled to just grow a backbone.
They're censoring shit, and it's like, dude, fuck this. Like,
the way I see it is if The Office can get away with doing an entire episode on diversity and making gay jokes and doing racial impersonations, and that hasn't been taken down, at least to my knowledge, they haven't removed that episode from the show. But if they can get away with it, then why are all these other shows bowing down to it? Oh, and not quite on the same topic, but shows and overall like production companies like Paramount have been caving in under this new administration and like just removing shows and shit. Like that talk show, I forget the name of it. What's the name of that talk show that just got like canceled?
I don't know.
I think it's the Steve Colbert show. It's
a
late night talk show. Yeah.
Yeah.
The company got yelled at by the Trump administration, and they're like, all right, fine, and just cancel this show. Just ridiculous. Why are we giving in to political pressures on TV shows? Why does that matter? What happened to like freedom of the press and shit? Or I don't know, this little thing called freedom of speech? I don't see why we're going down this road. It's beginning to feel like media as a whole, including like film and television, is going to turn into like state-run media, like in North Korea, where the only things you're allowed to watch are what the great leader says is okay.
That's kind of what it feels like. It's concerning.
Yeah. I don't get too political very often, but man, it's been hard to ignore what's happening lately. I've been watching some of the TikTokers that I follow that do like the news and shit. There's a big one on. There's a pretty large journalist on TikTok. His name is Aaron Parsons. He does like daily breaking news things about everything going on. And for a long time, his content wasn't being like shown to me. So I looked into it, and it seems like the company is restricting views that are against certain political parties to favor some other ones, and that's wild. But I don't know. I try to stay away from the left versus right argument because at the end of the day, right now it's not about left versus right. It's about rich versus poor. That's what the argument should be about. They just passed that large bill that cuts millions off of Medicaid and food stamps, and while giving huge tax cuts to the top like 1%ers. So
I'm concerned is it's like a fucking wrestling match. Okay, basically, as far as I'm concerned, behind the scenes, for instance, whatever, I'll just say the current ones as relevance. As far as I'm concerned, Biden's like, hey, you got it from here, buddy? And he's like, yep, I got it from here. As far as I'm concerned, the left versus right bullshit is something to keep people divided. As far as I'm concerned, it's literally just something that keeps us as the American people divided and weak. We fight against each other instead of against the problems. We're not united.
yeah, that's been the consensus that I get from a lot of other people too.
I've been saying shit like that for years when people are like, oh, this fucking, it's the right, it's the left fault, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, man. I'm like, it's the whole fucking government's the problem. We need to realize that and stick together.
I will say that the current administration by far has done the most damage in the least amount of time. It's only been 7 months, and the amount of damage that they've done to the country as a whole, that's not even including like some of the idiotic press conferences and comments that have been made. I mean, I know that you don't really follow much of any of it, but they did a conference from one of the walls along the border to Mexico, and they were standing on the U.S. side, and Kristi Noem was giving some really boring talk, and they said, yeah, well, we're going to paint the entire wall black because during the summer and during the sun, it makes it hotter. But that's only for our side. They're not climbing over from our side. They're climbing over from Mexico. Are you going to paint both sides of this fence? I highly doubt it. I mean, yes, the sun will heat it up, but I think that they don't entirely think their thoughts through, and they just open themselves up to just massive amounts of humiliation. I don't know anymore. I think that the new parts of the education system going up in some states that condones slavery is very troubling. Have you heard about that? Yeah, so there's a new educational curriculum going up that's getting a lot of traction. It's called PragerU. It's like right-winged PBS is the best way to describe it. And they do the educational videos and shit. And they have an entire video series downplaying how bad slavery was. And saying that between slavery or death, it would be better to just be a slave. Which has upset a lot of people.
Oh, dude, they're misteaching a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Where there was this whole thing where it was like, oh, hey, the black guy invented the light bulb. It's like, no. He invented a filament that was later used in a light bulb. That's like being like, oh, hey, I invented the wheel, so I invented the car. No. Or they were trying to teach kids recently that, oh, a black person invented the AC. No, they didn't. They invented the idea to put ACs in trucks to move for cold storage movement, but they didn't invent the fucking AC. Like, they're misteaching kids like stupid shit like this.
I think a lot of it comes down to a lot of the teachers going into the education system now are just so young. And they're being taught wrong, or they're just not caring enough, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know what the answer is to any of it. I know that there are times that I'm a bit worried for my kids because I don't know what kind of education they're going to get. I mean, what do you do when all the information that's handed to you is wrong? And if the government is successful in regulating the internet, you can't even really believe what you look up online anymore. Not that it's any more or less factual, but I mean, if we can't trust the educators and we can't trust the internet, I mean, the only other solution is books. But if the kids aren't being taught to read, what good are books?
They're just being mistaught a lot of shit now. Just for some sort of gay ass woke agenda shit. That's really what it is. It's fucking retarded. I don't like it. I worry about putting Arthur in school. I don't like it.
You thought about homeschooling?
It's crossed my mind. Vivian doesn't want that. And I'm like, look, I get it. I'm like, I want him to have friends too. I want him to experience the normal, okay, I get that. And I want him, but like I said, that's been a thing lately. There's been this whole thing about they're saying all these black people made all these inventions that aren't fucking true. It's been a new thing lately. And it's like, well, no, 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 that is not fucking correct. Look it up. Like I said, they're trying to push lately that a black person invented the light bulb. I mean, come on. That's fucking horse shit. Know it.
Why does everyone think that just because you're homeschooled, you don't meet friends the same way? I mean,
I
yeah,
don't know.
I do believe that going to school does provide more opportunity, but that's only because you're all kind of made to be in the same building for 8 hours a day. I mean, if you're a social kid, then you should be able to make friends really going anywhere.
I mean, that's the only good part of school I liked. I had a lot of friends throughout the years. That was like the only thing that made school bearable. I hated school.
Yeah. I've thought about doing homeschooling too, but I just I know it's a lot of work and you got to be on top of it and if you don't do it early enough in the kids like educational life cycle or whatever, then it makes it really hard to get them motivated enough to do it.
Oh yeah.
Rachel's sister is homeschooled. She was homeschooled last year, and I think they're doing it again this year. She's like 13, I think, and I disagree with them homeschooling her because she's old enough to kind of deal with a lot of what's going on in public schools. I don't think that so she's being homeschooled because she was being harassed by a teacher. That was the reason that they had for taking her out of public school and homeschooling. Her mom put her on something called Unschool, which I never heard of. I had to look it up. It's where you do like life lessons and experiences rather than like traditional curriculum, which theoretically makes sense. But if you as the parent slash teacher don't do a good job of doing that and you let your child sleep till like noon and you don't make them go to bed at a decent time, you're not really doing a very good job.
Oh yeah.
I just find the whole homeschooling thing a bit challenging. You really gotta be like devoted to it. And I don't think that it's something you can just do halfway through your life or like halfway through your educational thing. I think that if you do homeschooling, you gotta do it when they're young, where you can kind of shape them into a routine that works, rather than doing it when they're 11 or 12 and expect it to work as well as it would if they were younger.